bad feeling about this.
Quiet, you! On this episode, I'm giving my theory on Star Wars The Force Awakens, or as some of you may know it as, Awakening, which is a fanfic on how I would have done the Star Wars movie. Some of you think by seeing the movie more than once, you know every little detail about the movie. But I'll have you know, I've seen the movie 30 times this week. You're welcome, George Lucas. For those sad few who haven't seen the movie yet, I'll give you a fair warning. Spoiler alert. Now that that's out of the way, let us begin. We all know how sad it was to see Mr. Solo die in the hands of his own son. And like me, I'm sure all you cried out no, like Luke did for Obi-Wan in Star Wars 4. No! Now, we have to think, could Solo really be dead, or still just all a dream? My theory goes, Han Solo is not dead, but still dreaming at this point of his carbonite stage. Really, you ask? How does that possibly make any sense? Well, I'll show you. If you look closely at Star Wars Return of the Jedi, which is by far the best of the series, again, for those sad few who haven't seen it yet, spoiler, Han Solo is unfrozen from his carbonite stage and falls to the floor. But wait, did you notice something? Let's watch that again in slow motion. There! Why, his hand's holding his chest in the same spot the blade of Kylo Ren has stabbed him. Speaking of Kylo Ren, have you ever spelled his name backwards? It says Near Old. And what exactly does that mean? To my knowledge, nothing. It means nothing. It's not a disclosure. Now, I know what you're gonna say, but hear me out. How on the planet of Endor did they get Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber back after Luke lost it? Spoiler. After Luke lost it to Darth Vader. It fell to the planet of Cloud City. Well, this can be explained. They didn't. Han Solo never knew Luke lost his sword, but had heard in his carbonite state from a few sources how the Jedi had lost his hand, which is why he has a robot-looking hand instead of a fleshy-looking one. That's why the sword is back in the movie, and that would explain why the First Order has stormtroopers and the same ships as the Empire. I mean, really? Spoilers. Who would keep the TIE Fighter when we all know the X-Wing is far more superior in combat? Now, if we go back and listen to what George Lucas had to say in the past...
Life, finds a way.
No, not that. Although... No. Where was I going with this? I'll just remove this part. Timestamp 251. Great. Now, the real question is, after 35 plus years with Chewbacca, why only now did Han Solo ask to use his gun? And if it's so powerful, how could Han even shoot it? Unless it was a dream. Now, I'm sure you're all wondering, what about Poe Dameron, and BB-8, and all the other countless new people? Well, Poe, doesn't he look a little like, oh, I don't know, maybe Boba Fett? Or is it Boba Fett? Let's get a side-by-side comparison. That looks like a match to me! As for the others, the carbonite cuts off the oxygen to the brain and makes you see and hear some pretty messed up stuff. Now, the planet's weapon, sigh, again, spoilers, this is just a cheap knockoff of the Death Star. That's all I have to say about that. Which leads me to my next point, and... What? No, Mom! I recorded a video! Yes, I'll have some! I said, yes, I'll tell you at the end of the video! Also, Han Solo could only dream with being with Leia. And Leia happy to see Chewbacca? Come on, who could really miss that walking carpet? This would also explain why the training orb is in the Millennium Falcon. Han Solo remembers Luke using it. How much do we really know about Han Solo? In the past 3 movies, he always seems to dodge deaths on more than one occasion. He even went as far as shooting stormtroopers while running to the Millennium Falcon. Now, if we had video of Han Solo being stabbed, I would be able to show you how this adds up to the Return of the Jedi. Just remember, Han grabbed the blade of Kylo Ren, bad move on Han's part, then stab it. You scream, in Han's last moment, he touches Ben Solo's, spoilers, Han Solo's son, also known as Kylo Ren, then falls into a bright misty hole into the floor. Cue Return of the Jedi when he becomes unfrozen, blinded by the mist causing him to be temporarily blind. and BAM! That's how it's a dream. Do you really believe that someone as weak as Kylo Ren could kill someone as badass as old Han Solo, the war hero? I don't think so. It also has to be a dream. It may sound like a cop-out, but really, it's J.J. Abrams. Do you think he has a real plan in this movie? We'll just have to wait and see. That's my theory, and I'll stick to it. Unless some other compelling theory comes out. BAM! Yes, Mom, I have some macaroni.
Did J.J. Abrams beat Paul Feig in the race to make the new Ghostbusters movie? Let's look at the evidence. The main character in Star Wars 7 is named Rey. Who else is named Rey? Rey! I rest my case.